Hey everyone, and welcome back. I'm doing my best here to get some of the Game of Thrones shit out of my playlist, because I don't know why, but it always comes up. So I'm just removing some of these. This looks good. Okay, so the good news is we did go a little bit over, but I think that's fine. We have our professional grown-up business adult, and now we have our YouTube video here. And in fact, if we just get into it, yeah, here I am talking about TCP. Okay, so good. We've got our YouTube video, so we're gonna edit this, and this is gonna be the thing that our command line tools, maybe we have like a pre-game and a post-game command that we run. So this is gonna be we'll call this. What did Philhammer call it? Nova bursts. We're gonna call this episode 001. And the question is, how does the Kubernetes API server work? And this is, we'll put maybe what do we want to, I guess we can come back and edit the description later. We'll upload a thumbnail, which that will be here, and it's that, and yeah, playlists, we're gonna do a new playlist. We'll call this Nova bursts. Maybe, do we want to call it questions from Twitter? Let's do this. Questions from Twitter. Episode 1, how does the Cube API server work? Just because I think that's what people are going to search for. We can still call it Novaverse, but like I'm just going to label it as questions from Twitter, if that makes sense. Okay, so that looks good. And we're going to do Premiere. Should I capitalize this? I don't feel like I should. I feel like I should keep it all lowercase. Premiere episode of questions from Twitter. How does the Kubernetes API server work? Cool. So yeah, so there's that. We'll save that. A Nice Cup of Tea says, I have a basic Go question if you don't mind me asking. I see a lot of repetition. Rather than having loads of these admin statements, why isn't it common to have something like an error handler function to call whenever we need to? Do you want me to, I don't know how to answer that. Should I answer that now, or should I do another questions with Nova on? I mean, I can do a few of these today, right? Like we can do a couple of these. Because I have good answers for all of these. I really do. I can do 30 minutes on Go error handling. I absolutely could. So let's see here. Let's finish this one, and then we'll figure out what we want to do with Nice Cup of Tea here. So this looks good. So we're gonna copy this, and then we're gonna go here, and we're gonna have YouTube ID is equal to this, and that's how does the Kubernetes API server work. And we're gonna say thanks for the tweet. And I think we should mention the person who asked the question, right? We should mention the tweet so that people realize they can just ask me on Twitter. What did Devin say? I'm dead, play this at my funeral, okay? He's so cute. Okay, people are seeing pictures of Bjorn. Oh, where is Bjorn? Bjorn! Fjakle Bjorn! Fjakle! Fjakle Bjorn! Kom en her, det er så late, Bjørn. Bjørn. Hej. Hej. Jeg elsker dig, Bjørn. Kvass er this? Yeah. I don't think he's gonna come. Tara says I have the same Go question. It's a good question. It's a real good question. I should do a 30-minute on it. Should we put these in GitHub issues or on Twitter or get a hashtag? What's the best way to start collecting these questions? That's the question for both of you. I now have a question for both of you, which is how do we start to collect these and queue up which ones are in our pipeline here that we want to do? Okay, cool. So we'll copy this one and we'll say, thanks for the question from, and we'll do their username and then the link here. And that way when people ask a question, we can reference the question, and we'll say right here, there it is. And we can actually just go, we'll go just like this. And let's see how this looks when we run novenly.com, Hugo, serve, and yeah, we'll do 1313, and let's just see what it looks like, shall we? Oh, so it's not lib, it's, we called it burst. And in fact, let's rename that. We'll do refactor, rename. We'll do questions. And here we'll do questions. Episode 1, Cube API server. And we're gonna just work on our formatting, because once we get one, we'll build like a skeleton for these, if that makes sense, right? So we'll draw a line there. So how does a Cube API server, like, how do the control plane ever? But how is it so rock solid? Let's take a look and see how that looks. I like this. Hashtag on Twitter works for me. Does somebody want to propose a new hashtag for us to use? Okay, so episode 01, Cube API server. How does the Kubernetes API server work? And there's our video. Great. I think that... Do we want to do a screenshot of the tweet? I feel like that'll take too long. And I want to put more space here. So is there like a... Can I maybe do this? How does the Cube API server work? Here we go. So this will say episode 01, Cube API server. And there's the question. Thanks for the question from Serena Tide, and then it goes to the original tweet. I think that looks good. I think that's what we want, right? So when somebody asks a question, we mention it. And there we go. So that looks good to me. So then we'll come down here to our TOML. Fohammer says solid. Well, if we have Fo sold on it, I know we're doing it fucking right. Fo hates everything we do and always tells us to stop and to take a break. So if Fo's on board, we know that we're doing it right. Okay, so we have contrib. Let's add another one here. So this will be this, and we'll tab you over. So this will be, we'll just call it questions. Fohammer says, I only yell at you because I love you so much. I don't know if I like Nova knows it. I think I just like, how about Nova questions from Twitter? Nova questions? I like Nova questions because it's like asking your mom, like, Mom, where do babies come from? Nova, how does the Cube API server work? Right? And it's just like, you can just get like a real answer. I just really like that. So maybe we can just keep doing that. And we want to add a new, we'll also put this on our homepage here. So we're gonna do, where is our partials, default, it's our index. We're gonna add a new one of these at the very end. We're gonna do this one. So this will be questions, and this will be open source computer projects, and this will just be questions, and this will just say questions from Twitter. And then here we're gonna say, we need 3 sample questions. So the first one is, how does Kubernetes work? That's a great one. And I like how the questions are like unbounded, so I can answer them at high level, at low level, at like whatever. It just depends on the question, right? Like how deep do we go? What is eBPF? What's another good question? Where do babies come from? Maybe not babies. Where do POS containers come from? And we'll do one more, what the heck? We'll do, how do you climb a mountain? How do you climb a mountain? Great, so these are just kind of questions that I'll answer. Great, so we have this one. So let's take a look here. So we'll do this. Refresh. We need to change. Oh, that's Niv. I was like, what the hell? Why is it? So now we have lib, live, readme, source, and questions. So we have questions from Twitter. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna actually, I'm sorry. Where's our first one? So it'll be style is equal to text decoration none. We're gonna add this tag to all of these. And I think I did this right. We'll see how it looks now. Good. All right, that looks good. So we have some links. Professional grown up business adult does important computer business. Perfect. And look at our little thing up here at the top. So now we have questions. We'll change episode 1 to lowercase. If you can hear my fan dying, I certainly can. So this will be Cube API server. And we'll actually just change this to Kubernetes API server. Oh, hold on, we gotta get rid of this one too. Royalty-free music. Does Bjorn have a tiny briefcase yet for professional pupper business? Not yet. He's still very small. And he just a sleepy motherfucker. He just sleeps in the love sack. We're gonna go do tricks here in a little bit, but yeah, he's a good boy. I like Bjorn. I like having him around. He's a good dog. Real good boy. Go the strapper, as we would say in Icelandic. which Bjorn only knows how to speak Icelandic, which is great, because that means he'll never ever have to hear the horrible things that people have to say in the world. Protect my baby. Honestly, you guys want, like, you wish you were Bjorn just because you want to be a dog and you want me as your dog mom. Like, do you know how fucking awesome this dog's life is gonna be? Like, think like, Kris Nóva is your mom and you're a dog. Like, how could you ever have a better life than that? So yeah, how does the Kubernetes API server work? We'll say episode 1. Episode 1, questions from Twitter. How does the Kubernetes API server work? Oh, sorry, I'll zoom in. So that looks good. And we'll come in and we'll say, there we go. 001 Kube API server. And then you click here and I'll concede. And there you go. And if we need to add notes, we can add notes. Beautiful. I really like this. I really like this a lot. Okay, so let's push this. So this will be sudo e alice deploy, and then we'll do a git update and a git push, and then we'll do a tweet. We'll basically be like, hey, we did episode 1. What other questions do you have? Ask them here, and we'll do more episodes on them. And this will be great because this will give me like this is about an hour's worth of work, right? 30 minutes of recording, 15 minutes before and 15 minutes after. So in a single hour, I can do one of these and maybe I can even do a couple a day. And this will give me like an hour worth of stuff to do after work at 5 p.m. And yeah, it's a good concept. Simple concept. It's easy. It gives us stuff to work on. We can improve on it. We can make it more awesome, and it's going to help people learn things. I'm excited for a lot of the unusual questions. Like once we kind of get some of like the top 20 or so questions that we get out of the way, like I want to get into like build a firewall with eBPF in an hour, right? Like that would be fucking cool. We should do that one. Okay, cool. So that is updated. So let's go on actualnivenly.com, do a refresh. We have questions. We have episode 1, and there you go. Episode 1, beautiful. I fucking love it. All right, so let's do a tweet. And do we want to? Maybe we'll mention Serena. I'm assuming their pronouns are she, her, but we can just do this one. We'll say, thanks for joining today, everyone. We had, what did we say? 33? How many people did we have? 43? We'll just do about 40 people join for the first episode, which is how does the Kube API server work? Oh, and you know what? This will test our Twitter meta stuff as well. If we did, remember that meta fucking project we did? If that project works the way we wanted to, this new fucking endpoint with the new fucking thing and all the things fucking new should look beautiful on Twitter. It should. That's the concept here. And oh, we might actually, you know what we want to do? We might need to change this to a play, because I think it'll just be like a regular post, not a click here to play. Let's change that. Let's change that. This will be good. Thanks for joining today. So we're gonna go here and we're gonna copy, what was it? It was live.html. So really what it is we want to know, how do we do a single .html? So this is a post. We can say if name contains, include specific meta, right? That's really what we want to do. So where is our meta stuff? Head meta. There should be some if statements in here. If is home. So let's see. So this gets included on every page. So if it's home, use that one. Else description, and then we have meta Twitter. So where is this? There's an if state. Here it is. This is what we want. If URL / live. So we're gonna basically we do this again, but we want it to be if URL contains, right? So what's the, or like, you know, it like what's, we need to replace this with whatever contains. So let's do, what is it? Hugo string contains. Has prefix, functions. So we know EQ is one. Okay, good. So is there in? This fan. Checks if an element is in an array or slice or a substring in a string. In set item. If in URL questions. Twitter live. So all questions are gonna get Twitter live. Yeah, that was easy because we wrote good code. Look at us fucking being adults over here. Sudo e alice deploy. Get that updated. We'll go back. I'm just trusting that that's gonna work because that was such a small change. So then we say, thanks for joining today, everyone. We had 40 people join the first episode. How does the Cube API server work? Thanks to, and we're gonna say, what was our person's name? We're gonna copy this. Thanks to Serena for the question. And we answered their question for them, right? That's cool. And so then it's basically, it's this. And let's just check really quick. We can do view page source and it should be play. No, Twitter card. This should not be summary. Oh, okay. It's reloading. There we go. So now let's do view page source. Twitter card player. Look at that. It worked. Look at that. Happy pandas. Oh, I shouldn't say that because we're mad at my ex, remember? Well, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. Hurt. Not hurt. Disappointed, I guess. I don't even know. I mean, like, she's nice as long as, like, you're ready for what she needs and doesn't give in return. Like, if you're into polyamorous, unreciprocal relationship where you're never ever gonna achieve, like, wife status and you're always gonna be at the bottom of the pecking order, great partner. Wasn't for me. And hurt me. But that's okay, because I found a new beautiful person that treats me well. Well, so far they do. She does. He does. Anyway, I digress. Little therapy there for everyone. Thanks for joining today. We had 40 people join the first episode. How does the Cube API server work? Thanks to Serena Tide for the question. Anyway, we can give 30-minute blogs and recordings to any question anyone has. Feel free to use the, what is it, Nóva questions? Hashtag. Yay, new beautiful people. Yeah, and we can, thanks for joining today, everyone. We had about 40 people join for the first episode. Watch the show below, and if you have your own question, just tweet with the Nóva questions hashtag. We will answer. Thanks for joining today, everyone. Join the first episode, and then we need to put our link still, which is going to be this here. Okay. Thanks for joining today. Thanks, everyone, for today. We had a lot of people, of folks, join for episode 1, how does the Cube API server work? For the, we'll say, thanks. Sorry, I gotta remove characters here. Tara says, yeah, thanks for joining, Tara. Thanks. Feel free to watch below. We'll say watch below. And if you have your own question, just tweet with the Nóva questions hashtag and we will answer. There you go. That looks good, right? Somebody tell me to ship it. Somebody say send, or should I change something here? I don't know if this is gonna play or not. We don't really know what this is gonna look like, so I guess we can give ourselves a small bail button here. I think that looks good. Let's do it. Cool, let's see how this turned out. Did that not send? Did I reply? I bet I replied to somewhere. No, that didn't send. I mean, that's okay. We can do a new one. Okay, thanks for joining. Thanks everyone for today. We had a lot of folks join. And then I'll do like a remember. Something went wrong. Just maybe I did go. Twitter is just being fucky today. Let's try one more time. Oh, it might be because this is a player and there's nothing to play. That could very well be. Video unavailable. That's probably what's going on. Let's look and see. Why is it saying video unavailable? That's the question. Is it like not embeddable or something? No, it's not made for kids. Show more. Add tag. We'll say Kris Nóva questions from Twitter. Kubernetes API server. How does Kubernetes API server work? Video location. We'll do allow embedding. There it is. That's what we need. Save. We're gonna have to start making a list of all the fucking things and checkboxes and we need to check and all the fields we need to populate. And we can probably get this from the description in the blog, right? Like we're gonna have to really streamline this thing. And that'll be fun. We'll be able to do it. Okay, so we'll refresh here. There we go. Now it's embeddable. I bet this tweet works. Now let's try this. Let's try one more time. Let's refresh Twitter. We'll paste this and tweet. Why is this not letting me tweet? We broke Twitter. goes. Okay, well, at least you can see it there. And it says written by Kris Nóva. I'm gonna actually change that really quick as well. So it's gotta be in single, if I had to guess. I bet we can just grab for written by. Is that here? All right, and let's do Hugo serve, and let's see what it looks like now. Yeah, that's what we want. It'll just have the author name. Cool. So we'll do sudo e alice deploy. You already said that according to Twitter, I guess. That fan is getting so annoying. Cool. Cadence. There you go. And you click on it, and there you go. And now you should be able to watch it. So how we do that is we will alias the letter K to kubectl. And perfect. We now have our little how does a Cube API server work? Sick. And I think I'm gonna only answer questions that we actually have like a good way of demonstrating, right? Like I don't want to just do a hand wavy thing. Like everything will just be super concrete. And I think people kind of expect that with me, and I think that is good, and I think we should keep it up. So yeah, that was our first questions from Twitter. There you go. And let's refresh. So now we go to lists. We gotta make another change. Where's written by? Default. Deploy that, and then that'll update right here, and it'll just say episode 01, Kubernetes API server. There you go. I like it. And let's go to YouTube. It'll be the last thing we have to check, and then I'll be done for the day. Well, maybe, I'm sure I might come back and keep streaming, but I'll be done with this little mini project for today. So we can go to videos. And there you go. So the archive ones will look different, but the questions from Twitter will have our logo here, and that'll be okay. Sick. Hey you guys, we have a YouTube channel. Cool, we did it. We're adults now. So the whole point of this is not even for me to get rich and famous. Like I don't want to make money here. I don't want to optimize for followers. In fact, I don't want that many people to follow me. What I do want to optimize here is for something that is notable, something that is creditable, and something that I can be proud of, that is actually a good archive. It's a good source of truth, right? It's like, we're not trying to like do anything controversial to piss people off. We just like, if you want to know how it fucking works in version 1.20, there you go. That's it. And I'm sure we'll learn very soon that how the Kubernetes API server works is going to be different for every version of Kubernetes. So there's a good chance we could be answering the same question multiple times, which is good, and we should. Yeah, it's like the Joe Rogan of Kubernetes, except for fuck Joe Rogan, because that guy's horrible, but you guys get the analogy. So yeah, let's try customize channel. I want to change this thing to this one. It needs to be bigger. All right, I guess we can do it later. No, I can do it now. Let's, oh, I just accidentally closed Spotify. Let me open Spotify back up. There we go. Let me minimize that. I'm gonna grab another screenshot of nivenly.com, but on a bigger monitor. And we'll do there. There it is. Cool. So now we can change most recent screenshot here. There we go. So I wish I could. Can we just do that? That still probably looks better. We probably ought to just make one. We'll just do an episode where we just make a custom YouTube. There's gotta be like a template or something we can get somewhere and just like throw a bunch of shit in there. But let's go see what it looks like. Yeah, that looks, at least kind of matches our theme here a little bit more. So for 6 subscribers, I'll take it. So there's that, there's that. Cube API server is closed. And that concludes our episode of how the Cube API server works. Thanks for sticking around, everyone. I'm gonna take a break. Join us next time. If you have questions, ask on Twitter. I'm looking at you, Cup of Tea, and whoever else asked questions today in the live stream. Use the hashtag, and whenever I feel like I have an extra hour and I feel motivated, I will pull up the hashtag, fire up the camera, hit stream, and we'll do another episode, and we'll just do these. So if you have questions, you know you can just tweet, add the hashtag, and it's written down forever, and we'll have it, and we'll see it, and we'll review it here on the show. Stick around. It's always exciting here in the land of Kris Nóva. I'll probably be back later today. Follow me on Twitter for more updates, and I will, yeah, I'll be here if you need me. I hope everybody has a good day, and thanks again. You're all doing great. You know I love you, and I'm out of here.